prime minister, he can open the country in 120 days. That's critical. You know, it's very sad to me. I saw many companies collapse. They cannot survive. The government, they listen, but they can't do anything. So far, they haven't done anything.
At the moment, how is the big picture of the situation at Manor, especially restaurants and hotel groups? What solution have you used in reversing the COVID-19 crisis?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that now we have 70 or 80% of our hotels are operational, and we expect the rest of them to open soon as the quarantines systems begin to work out. Most of the EU countries are open now. UK is open, all the Middle East is open. So we have nearly 80% of our hotels operational, and about 90% of our restaurants and retail outlets are now operational. We're still suffering a bit in Bangkok because of the new wave of COVID. So people aren't going to shopping centers. Restaurants have reduced capacity, so they can only have 50% capacity. So that's really been hurting. Certainly, we see the improvements coming as a result of mass vaccination. One of the key elements really is the fact that we see some markets improving more quickly. For example, China. China has already now getting beyond pre-COVID level, both for hotels and restaurants. So China has recovered very quickly. Thailand has suffered a bit because of the dine-in service. Delivery is okay, but dine-in service as a result of all the COVID things and the fact that we can only open till 9 o'clock. Now it's changed to 11 o'clock, but still no alcohol. So all of these things are still affecting business.
A lot of SMEs start, quit, and sell their business. What do you think about this idea?
It's very hard. It's up to each operator. We closed many stores during the difficult period. We have no choice. So, you know, it depends on, you know, if you have enough money and you can just keep it open, then of course you can keep it open. But if you're losing money, many people choose to close. And if they don't have enough money to reopen again, it's a problem. But this is nothing that, you know, it's not up to the operator. It's up to the market condition and the banks and everybody. So during the, you know, it's very sad to me. I saw many companies collapse. They cannot survive. So yeah, but there's not much you can do because, you know, the government gives no support. Well, you know, if the government could very easily, one thing is stop the VAT for restaurants. They did that in UK. They did that in many countries to help reduce the price and help the margins for the restaurants during this period of COVID, because we can see the business is so bad. Only 50% of the customers can come into the restaurant, or 25%. We can see that the hours is not long hours, only till 9 o'clock. We can see that we have no alcohol. So to me, then people have to make the problem less. And one way to make it less is to reduce VAT, to give more discount on electricity, anything that affects the food and beverage sector, or even small hotels should have the same benefit.
As in the news, Manor Group has sent a letter requesting the government to provide sufficiently financial aid to those suffering from COVID-19, and also sent them with more several suggestions too. Could you please share how the government responds and how much are you satisfied with the government solution right now?
You know, I think it's difficult. They understand the problems, but right now their willingness to help is very limited. You know, in other countries, in Spain, in Australia, in Singapore, we get a lot of support for subsidy to help during this period, to help continue to keep the staff employed. Unfortunately, Thailand has not done any of that. There's a feeling in Thailand, I think, that they don't want to help the companies. They want to help only small people, farmers and for the unemployed, but they don't think about the companies that keep people employed. In other markets like the UK and in Spain and other, they want to support the companies to keep employing the people. In Thailand, there's nothing. Even Social Security, half the time we cannot get Social Security. The government, they listen, but they can't do anything. So far, they haven't done anything. So, but it's not up to me. It's up to someone else to ask the government. What are they doing? We all know how important tourism is, but the government is moving very slowly. Now I applaud the Prime Minister. If he can open the country in 120 days, that's critical. Now everyone must work towards 120 days.
Although we have a promising positive impact of the Phuket Sandbox, do you think it's enough to recover the whole tourism business?
Phuket Sandbox is very, very important. And, it's important to open up. It's important to be safe. So they're trying very hard to open up and be safe. And that's why we accelerate the vaccine, both for Thai people and only allow foreigners to come with vaccine. But if you want to go to America today, you don't have any problem. There's no quarantine if you have vaccination. Matter of fact, even you have no vaccination, you can still go. Middle East, no vaccination, you can go. Maldives, you can. People understand today that COVID will be with us forever. It's like common cold. It will never go away completely. We can reduce it by vaccination, other things. So now the more important task of government and people is how do we be safe, but learn to live with COVID and get on with work, get on with life, get on with business. Well, opening Phuket is very critical on July 1st, and then making sure that we don't have quarantine, but we still have many disadvantages. For example, we require 3 tests, 4 tests, 1 test before you come to Phuket, 72 hours, 1 test on arrival, 1 test after 5 days, another test after 12 days. For vaccination people, that's too many tests, but it's better than nothing, but still it's too many tests. We should be able to survive. Many other countries either have no tests or 1 test, maximum 2 tests, but not 3 tests. We're ready to open up for Phuket Sandbox. All of our staff is vaccinated. We are ready to support everyone. In Samui, we're ready everywhere, but it's up to the government to be ready. And right now, one of the biggest problems we have is that even we are ready, and even the thing is, the tourism is not ready because we still require COE, which means we have to get permission to come to Thailand. For tourists to come to Thailand, now we have to request visa from the embassy and from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is not going to help tourism. You don't require that to go to Middle East, to America, to anywhere that you have to go through so many processes. Too many processes for Thailand. When we cut the red tape, we cut it lengthwise, up, not over. Trying to appeal to the government to relax the conditions of that. Vaccination is very critical. To have a test before you come is very critical. But after that, we have to welcome tourists more. We have to be more aggressive to get tourism to come back.
In your perspective, what is the most concerning point about restaurant businesses and tourism in Thailand?
More lockdowns. We need more vaccination, not more lockdowns to speed up the vaccinations. That's the most critical aspect of the whole thing. It's to begin to relax the controls. It's to begin to hurry up with 120 days. Don't allow this to be delayed.
For the last question, what is the next normal of Minor Group after this?
Then we really need to, we're trying to do more delivery. We're trying many promotions, all the things that, to try to cope with this going forward. But I don't think we want to start new businesses. Right now, we have to adapt our business to deal with the COVID period. No, we don't have any new plans for new. We just would like to survive with our business, food and lifestyle and hotels. That's already plenty for us right now. When the good times come again, we'll look at other ways, other things.
What you say today is very interesting, and I think it's going to be very useful for the government for sure. Thank you for being here today. ขอบคุณค่ะ
All right, thank you. Very good. Cheers.
once the vaccination rates go up, there's an explosion of beauty again. We were among the first companies to start working from home, even before the government asked for private collaboration. My vision of beauty in Thailand is going to be a true opposite.